Right. What do Winston Churchill, Jane Austen and Shakespeare all have in common? Well, they all appear on banknotes. Of course they do. Now, that might not be the case, though, for much longer, because notes issued by the Bank of England are about to get their first major redesign in more than 50 years. And you are being asked who and what should be on them. My colleague Ben Bland takes a look at how our cash has changed over the years.
Take a look back, dive into the vault. This is a 10-shilling note, first introduced more than 100 years ago. These were the first notes to have colour on them, and they were printed on postage stamp paper. And take a look at this familiar face. This is from the Bank of England's Series C. This entered circulation around a decade after Queen Elizabeth took the throne. It was the first £5 note to have a photo of a monarch on it, and that set the template, which has lasted for decades, including the now old paper banknotes. There we are, there's an example. This particular design was introduced in 2000, 8 years after Charles Darwin was put on the back. He was then replaced with Jane Austen when the new polymer tenor was introduced in 2017. Thing is, how important is cash now? Well, there were 6 billion cash payments made in 2023. That's down 7% from the year before, and with people using cash for only around 12% of all transactions in the UK, you might wonder if it's still important. But for some, it is pretty vital. Around 1.5 million people mainly use cash for their day-to-day spending.
Ben Boulos there, of course. Hold on a second. Hello? Yes, Bank of England. I've got a fantastic idea for a new banknote. I've just printed it out, and there we go. What do we think? The Maryam Moshiri £5 note. Come on, guys. This is it. This is the moment. I am the moment. Queen Maryam. No, maybe not. OK. Bad idea. And actually, Tom Brada, who is in the gallery, wants me to reiterate this is not a real note. OK, so don't go out trying to find one. I know millions of you out there want to. But someone who knows a bit about banknotes is banknote specialist and collector Simon Narbeth. And you are here with me with your collection. Simon, it's lovely to see you. Before I talk to you about all of these lovely notes you have on the table, what do you think about the Bank of England saying, look, we're going to change things up a bit?
Well, it's very interesting. It seems to be a theme these days that they're taking people off of banknotes and putting nature on. So maybe we will follow what other people are doing. In the past, as a general thing about banknotes, is that the portrait on a banknote was always meant to be the most difficult part of the note to forge.
Right.
Which has always been supposedly the best bit of the banknote that you can't counterfeit. So
show me this. I'm going to put this on camera too, if that's OK.
The green pound with the Queen was the very first note in England issued with the Queen on in 1960.
They're beautiful, these.
And the 10-shilling note then followed in 1961. So that was the first time the Queen appeared on our banknotes.
Show me some more. Show me some more.
And then in 19...
Oh, my goodness, look at these.
1963, they brought out a new £5 note with the Queen, and 1964, a new £10 note.
These are beautiful. And, of course, the Queen Elizabeth on those. Show me some more with other people on them. What's that one then, that £50 one? Who's on there?
This is Bolton and Watt.
OK, let's show that.
And that
£50.
was a much later series. You'll recognise it probably from the front more than the back, actually.
I don't actually recognise that £50 note, but then I don't get to see many of these things.
Well, I hear that a lot.
Which
from
one's
people.
your favourite one of all of these?
I've always.
Oh, it's this one, is it? Oh, it's this one. Can we have camera 2, please, Paul? Thank you. That's your favourite, is it? Oh, sweetness. OK, what's your real favourite?
I've always liked this set. This is the classic.
And why is that?
Well, because it's a nice design, but a lot of people much prefer what we call this, which is the historical set that has on the back.
I remember this £50 note.
Yeah, if you look on the back, you've
there we
got
go.
Wren.
Sorry, I'm showing my age a bit here, aren't I? Can I ask you, if you could have one person that's not on these notes, other than Maryam Moshiri, the bestest ever, who would it be?
I've always thought Nelson deserves to go on, but I can't see that happening.
Lord Nelson. OK, fantastic. Well, listen, thank you so much, Simon, for coming on and bring me all this money. I'm just going to keep it for you for a while, OK? And I'll give it back to you later. Thank you very much. Simon Narbeth. Well, you've been watching The World Today on BBC News. Thank you so much for your company. Bye-bye. Off I go. Bye.